But I'm thrilled, you guys, because we have an incredible dynamic duo that's going to be very giving of their time with us this morning. The incredible Dr. Dondee and Marci Nettles. Hello. If you do not know them, you need to get to know them. Okay. They live in Surprise, Arizona. In 2009, they founded the Freedom Reigns LLC, which is their global entrepreneurial ministry. Dondi was a family wellness doctor, for those of you who don't know, and Marcy was is an ex-police detective. But the cool part was that they were both called to a higher purpose. All right, they're now network marketing professionals, podcast hosts, and full-time home-based entrepreneurs. See, they're already getting some love in the chat. So I'm telling you, if you don't know this dynamic couple, you will stick around long enough. They are proud parents, oh, and grandparents. Oh my gosh, your grand, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. And a divine journey to bring health. That is their focus, influence, abundance, and blessings to the world. They're doing it using a wonderful leveraged business model, obviously bring in here network marketing. They're tied together by their Christian faith and extremely strong friendship, and they have a huge why to positively impact the world. And so, I could sit here and give you stats and statistics and the fun facts, if you will, but if I can just say, we've had the honor of knowing these individuals pretty much since we came into this business. And what I love about this business is it's about the community. It's about the community and the friends that we gain through this journey. Because the truth is, it's an easy business, but it can be difficult. It can be difficult emotionally, especially when you're not getting maybe the love and support from the people that you thought that you would. But the cool part is that incredible people like Dondee and Marci Nettles, they have huge serving hearts, right? Their willingness to support our cross lines, to be able to collaborate, an example just like today, and share their knowledge with others. It's unlike anything else. And I'm proud to say that they're not just, business partners or people that are cross line, but they're truly friends. And we are blessed to have them in our lives and to be able to call them our friends. And I'm just thrilled to be able to allow you, oh, we get the hearts for you guys to be on here. So, let's go ahead and get this show on you go on the road. You guys ready? Who's ready? We got our notebooks, we got our Axios. We're already in fueled. We got some folks that are broadcasting in their living rooms. I love it. Can I just stop for a second and just commend? That's right. You shout out, Kim. I'm telling you, this Activate Academy. Sorry, this Activate Academy. I'm getting derailed. Squirrel moments. Activate Academy is something that we do once a month. It's every month outside of the months that the company is hosting a corporate event, and it's 90 minutes. We have folks that are now using this as a tool to create super Saturdays. They're getting their teams together locally and they're able to get in and train together and then have the meetings after the meetings and make it a social event. And I love that. So, congratulations to you for getting smart and leveraging the resources that are available to you, because that's what these are for. So, first,
Amen.
obviously, we're going to go ahead and bring in our speakers for our first topic. But I want to ask you something because we want to kind of set this up. Why did you start this business? Feel free to drop it in the chat. I want you to really, really think about that for a second. Why did you start this business? Did you want it for extra money? Maybe you wanted some more options, a little bit of breathing room financially. Maybe it was for more control, maybe control over your time, not to have to count vacation days, your ability to maybe say yes more often versus saying no, right? A lot of people would consider that freedom. Freedom's a big word, but I think it means different things to different people, right? Health, income, freedom. I love that. Maria, leveraged income, right? Heather says leveraged income, side income, Jessica. And you know what I'm loving? I'm seeing that you guys are dropping income and money in the chat. And I appreciate that. And I know Dondi and Marcy, I'm sure, can go ahead and talk and speak to this. But yes, the products are incredible. We have seen amazing things happen with these products in different people's lives and how it's improved their quality of life and how they're living and their outlook and given them hope. But the financial piece of it is also an extremely important part. So the bigger question is if you were working right now, or if you weren't, let me see here. Is the way you're working right now actually going to align with the reason that you actually chose to get in? Think about that. What is the activity that you're doing? Is the activity that you're currently doing going to actually align with you with the reason why you got into this business? It's okay to be honest with ourselves and reflect a little bit. So the truth is there's a difference between working hard in a business and building a cash flow in a quadrant that actually creates leverage. Okay. And Dondee and Marci are going to actually help us understand that difference and how you can actually position yourself on the right side of it. And so I'm going to put myself on mute and I'm going to turn it over to Dondee and Marci.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much, Holly.
Holly, you are so amazing. You're not just our business partner and our friend, you are our sister, and we love you. And that is exactly what LifeVantage has the opportunity to create for all of us. Not only is it a network of people that have like-minded goals, right? But it is people that have like-minded hearts that we become family. It's not just about LifeVantage, it's about life, right? So absolutely love being here. And by the way, all of you, thanks for the love in the comments. We love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for giving your time today.
Yeah, and you guys should all just be super proud of yourselves for being on this training, because one of the things that you have the opportunity to do is choose how you spend your time. And right now, I don't see a better way to spend the time if you are a consultant in LifeVantage. And maybe there's some of you that are prospects or you're potentially looking at this, wondering whether this is for you. I would just invite you to get out of your head and into your heart and see if this resonates with you, because this is what happens and this is what it looks like. If you look at our screen, it's like the Brady Bunch on steroids, if you remember how that show was. But this is family. This is people that love each other, care for each other, and choose to show up for each other. And that's really what this whole business represents. But when we got involved in this, I got involved in this. It'll be, in fact, May 18th of this year will be 17 years that I've been a part of LifeVantage. And I'll be fully transparent with all of you because I don't want to use any smoke screens here. I was not a fan of network marketing, and not because I had ever done it before. I had just been pitched by everyone. And as a chiropractor, it was always how much money I could make, not if one person would have ever asked me this question: are you spending the quality time with the people that you love and care about? I would have joined network marketing a long time before I did, but nobody ever asked me that question. They asked me, or they showed me and told me how much money I could make. And what people didn't know, and we'll get into it on the cash flow quadrant, I had no problem making money. But every time I was at my office was a time away from my family. And that broke my heart. And when network marketing came into my life as a LifeVantage opportunity, I had just gotten through reading a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And I thought I had a business, but it turns out I didn't. And we'll go into the details of that. But this allowed me to be daddy first and doctor second. And no other thing in my life would have given me the ability to do that. And then we just pool our resources, and we'll share a little bit more of that. But this was the best thing that ever could have happened to me at the time when I was looking for time and had none of it. 80 to 90 hours outside my home, in my practice and with my radio show, and every single minute of it was away from my family.
And yet, if Blue had not followed up with a second call to you, you would have missed it, right? Because he was extremely skeptical. Follow-up is so important, you guys, and we're going to talk about that. But you know what? For me, LifeVantage came along at probably the most devastating time of my life. I had been in law enforcement for almost a decade. I loved my career, and I was making really good money. I was able to support my kids that were young at that time. But in 2009, I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. And it left me with a brain injury, several herniated discs on my spine that required surgeries. And so along with losing my career and losing my identity, I lost the majority of my income. And so I was in a really devastating place in a marriage that wasn't doing well. We ended up going through a divorce, and very dear friends of mine were introduced to this opportunity, I believe, at God's time, the exact right time for me. And when they saw that ABC primetime and heard the information way back in 2011, guys, we only had Protandim. We only had the True Science anti-aging cream back then, right? And when they saw it, they thought of me as somebody that they had to share it with. And I'll be forever grateful that they had the guts and were bold enough to invite me, because when I saw the information, it brought hope into my heart and into my mind like I had never experienced before. I needed a way to make more money. I needed a way to get my brain and my body working again, right? Reducing, the pain levels that I was experiencing. Well, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm not like a toe dipper. I jumped all the way in. Biggest pack we had back then was the Vantage pack. I did that. I got my 13 bottles of Protandim and 1 bottle of True Science anti-aging cream, because that is what came in that pack back then. And I still remember taking the products and having miraculous results, guys. But keep in mind what I just said there. I jumped in with the business pack, right? The biggest pack, and then took the products to get the results. And they came. So keep that in mind. We need to be looking for people that are business minded, entrepreneurs, people that are looking for ways to make money, that sort of thing, because they will then have their experience with the products. Because I did, and I was sharing with everybody. And when I was doing that is when I really got in contact with Dr. Nettles, and he was my third-party validation. He was support team, right? And we both went through our divorces, and we believe that God brought us together. We blended our families, we blended our purpose and our passion, which we hope that you will get some of our passion today. And the rest is really kind of history, yet still in the writing of our stories.